Welcome to another episode of Saint Vincent Untold Stories. On this episode, we feature the last soufriere volcano, the relief funds, the protest that is going on in Saint Vincent, and injustice. Big ups to all of my subscribers. And if you are new to the channel, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon, cause you are going to want to see this video and many more like this one. Remember, I told you this is not the time in Saint Vincent when people were sitting back, and now we have extreme poverty, so everyone is feeling the pressure. Right now, we have local YouTube channels like Untold Stories. Internationally, we have 60 Minutes, CNN, and so forth locked on to St. Vincent right now. So, nobody can get with anything right now. The world is watching. Let me repeat myself once again. I am not affiliated with any political party, neither the red side or the yellow side. But when we see a spade, we need to call a spade a spade. Warnings after warnings we gave to the big man, asking him to stay silent and certain thing. But nobody can talk to him. Remember, Saint Vincent is on the map now. The world is looking at us. The people are crying out that there is injustice. The law works for some and it doesn't work for others. The people are also calling on Nemo. It is alleged that Nemo is the body responsible for the distribution of aid in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We could just say Nemo handles things like a disaster. We said time and time again that when you go out to a protest, do not wear any political colors during this time, because the world is watching. They want to see if the people is unified, because if you come out in your political colors, it's gonna look like it's a political thing. Even some of the red card holders have called out to Nemo, and Nemo has not provided them yet with any aid since the volcano erupted. So I told you before, this is a national thing. This is not about sides right now. This is a phrase that we often repeat. Who na hear shoe must hear boop. Moon a run until they catch 'em. When we spoke out about certain things, they said that there are persons going around creating mischief. What kind of mischief are persons creating when the facts is there? You know, guys, when the volcano erupt and go so bogodogo, and people run and people call out to Nemo, and then Nemo don't provide them with any aid, when it have party card holders getting more aid than people who suffer during this evacuation time. Shabada, right now it is a sad situation. Didn't you guys see the video in a Bay Road, Georgetown, where the dog was eating another dog? At Untold Stories, we don't watch anyone's pockets. How they get their money, that is their choice. But when the funds come to St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the people of St. Vincent, we need accountability. There were questions posed about the big man's son, saying that they need accountability where he got the money. He could have worked and he could have saved the money. For some people, it looks away. Because it is said that most of the millionaires that were interviewed didn't become millionaires until the age of 50. Extreme poverty in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Yet the big man's son is one of those persons out front as a business mogul. My friend, if you achieve your wealth during this hard economic time of extreme poverty, the big sea, floods, and a volcano, you got to be one of the smartest businessmen in the world. And from a youth, he was always investing in business. Once CNN, BBC, and 60 Minutes gets a hold of those protest clips, remember, the FBI would start investigations. So you see those small things that were swept under the table years ago. All those things would be brought back, and that is why we are warning, big man. Sometimes you have to listen to the voice of the ghetto. The small issues with Nemo and so forth could have been fixed long time if you were listening. It have some people that when you speak out, they are quick to jump out. Because he did not get anything, because she did not get what she asked for from the big man. That is why they are speaking out now. But let me tell you something. So when is the right time to speak out? If floods came and the volcano came and then my house didn't get fixed and yours got fixed and we live together as neighbors, what it shows victimization. So why mustn't I speak out? If you saw someone walk ethics and you saw their business and they applied for a prime grant and you gave someone who has no knowledge whatsoever about business or who can't be a creator, inventor, and you chose that person over the ones who has the knowledge, what is that showing? If certain people got fired and you only gave some stimulus packages because of their political affiliation, what is that telling? My brother, you all are there for 20 years plus if I am correct. Within that 20 years, it has some people who do not have 3 square meals per day, or do not eat a proper meal. What is that telling you? It's the small men down in the ghetto carrying people's names with commerce and gossip, licking boots, trying to cause problem, while the bigger heads are feasting. As I told you before, members of the orange zone were ordered to go back home without anything in their hand. So you better be careful and start speaking out now. Because if you are from the red zone, you could be sent home to without anything. Allegations are that when you leave the shelters, you have to return the matches back to Nemo. So question, what about the persons in the orange zone whose houses got destroyed and whose matches got wet and so forth? So you wanna tell me they have to go home back on the empty floor? I am sure that the big man has read the student companion. Remember in there, it had a line that says, "Fool love to give wise man good advice." And it's the wise man now to take advantage and build upon that advice. So, why every time someone opposes or try to come up with a solution, you are saying that they are creating mischief? You know how many times Moses warned Pharaoh, "Pharaoh, let my people go." I am not comparing you to Pharaoh, and I am not saying you are Pharaoh. But what I am saying, you need to be just at all times. There's Rajigas, aka Lava Man, was arrested for going up to the volcano. When it have bigger issues and more things being done here, that persons are getting away with. We do not wish prisons on anyone, but you can't arrest someone on a petty crime, and when there's a major crime, the other person goes free. Let me show you why the Bible says that only God can judge. Imagine Lava Man is being wired up for a simple issue by going to the volcano during its eruptive state, when you have persons taking $100,000 and so forth from government monies, running away and going to court and getting away. So what you are telling me is not just the big man alone causing this. What about the magisterial courts? When a man breaks into a shop and takes some garlic and he gets 6 months in a prison, but there are persons working with the government taking bigger money and they getting away. What is that telling us? Justice is not fair in St. Vincent. You often come out and say that you don't have a hand in legal matters. So tell me something. How are the persons that are taking the big money are getting away when we say the judges are making fair judgment? It is time that you pull up your lacing and you buckle up your boots. You know the thing that got me? It was when I looked on Facebook and some of your day one supporters say, "Look, matches, Nemo got the matches storing up." Imagine you guys complaining about expiry date and Nemo's warehouse is full. So why are you putting up the items when you know they have expiry date and you know there are persons calling Nemo who do not get any aid as yet? Imagine calling Nemo's number, and if you put it on Facebook, say you called Nemo and he didn't get you, there are persons who justify that and say that you are lying. At Untold Stories, we called Nemo's number already and there was no answer. So what are you telling us? And Nemo, as soon as the items come, empty the warehouse. The persons overseas send them to the people, let them go. Why are you holding them back? There are allegations going around saying that Nemo want back the matches for the hurricane season. Did the people send them because of the hurricane season? They send them because of the volcano. So, stop trying to play brain on the people. My friend Gemma, next time you see the big man, I want you to give him a message from me. Tell him to go on some of his main supporters page and see that they are saying that wrong is wrong. I don't even think you have to tell him because he's watching Untold Stories. Tell him justice is needed because if those allegations were brought against a simple ghetto boy, he would have been in prison a long time. I just want to big up all the people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the international and the regional countries as well who are assisting and praying for St. Vincent.